Today, we will cover the last 10 features of GTA San Andreas Beta. This is the part 2 of this video. If you haven't watched the part 1, you can find its link in the description. Let's talk about some vehicles that was cut from the game. We have this early version of Hydra, which has an interesting look and design, and its tail was notably changed. Compared to its final version, it just reshaped a little bit, and nothing interesting is cut from it. This design of Hydra doesn't have much difference compared to its final version and was kinda a little unrealistic, so we can say its final version is more preferable than this. Also, some of the vehicles were more realistic looking and more detailed, just close to their real-world versions, but unfortunately removed during the development. One of the completely removed vehicles was this FBI track that was going to be used in an also removed mission with the name Truth Is Out There. The model and code of it can still be found through the game files. Probably this vehicle wasn't removed at all. Maybe when that beta mission was cancelled, this vehicle remained unseen either. And as seen here, this vehicle seems to have a mounted gun on it, which would make it a cool vehicle. The next vehicle I'm about to introduce is the weirdest one. As you can see, it's just in front of you. If you can't spot it, maybe you should look closely. The answer is this strange flower pot right here. Its nickname was RC Camera, and yeah, this looks unbelievable, but this is a flower pot with invisible wheels and remote that you could control it. Since this vehicle never finished, we don't know how would it actually look like, but you can enter it and drive it like a real car, and even take a passenger with you in it at the same time. Since the release of Definitive Edition, this vehicle remained completely unknown, but after the release of Definitive Edition, it's revealed that this vehicle would be used as a remote control camera to infiltrate a casino for heist. And yes, after nearly 20 years, finally this vehicle served its purpose. From this footage, we can see the walking style of CJ in Beta San Andreas looked a bit strange. We can see CJ walking proudly, or like a gangster or a woman. I cannot describe it, but we can guess that this feature didn't look nice to developers, so they just replaced it to a more ordinary-looking walking style. And yeah, I added this feature back in order to have our complete version of San Andreas. And we spot another thing too. This floating red X mark coming from the door, which possibly represented the entrable buildings. Also from this screenshot, we see CJ crouching in much cooler and more badass way and moving suspiciously. And Rockstar Games changed it with a more ordinary way of crouching, possibly because it looked like we're crouching in a battlefield or a gunfight, something like that. But we could take really cool screenshots with this. So now let's cover some things about Ryder. Did you know in the early San Andreas, Ryder wasn't going to be revealed as a bad guy later on in the game? There is a rumor that says Ryder wasn't going to be a bad guy at all, but unfortunately this is not true. Ryder from the first was planned to be a bad guy, but the difference in the Beta San Andreas was that the reveal happened in the photo opportunity instead of Green Saber, and the audio files of Beta photo opportunity confirms it.
Oh man, it's true! Ballers rule the families!
And in the final version we got this.
Ryder, you shermhead! This business is...
And this makes sense because in Green Saber, when CJ sees Big Smoke and Ryder working with Ballas and Timpani, CJ seems to only see Big Smoke and not Ryder. Maybe originally only Big Smoke was presented in there and Ryder was added in this cutscene before the game's release. And that's not the only thing about Ryder. In the mission, Pier 69, Ryder was supposed to be killed instead of T-Bone Mendez, and T-Bone would escape with the boat instead of Ryder.
Hey Ryder, shermhead asshole! Where you think you going?
Can't stop me.
What do you want to do with him, Holmes?
You sold us out, Ryder. You fucked us all.
I'm a motherfucking genius.
That would also explain why Ryder's dialogues was the reused dialogues from the previous missions. And at the end we get a phone call, and a strange thing can be found about it. Listen if you could find it out.
What's up, Caesar?
Hey, you okay, Holmes? You've been watching from the pier with binoculars.
Yeah, I'm good, I think. Listen, you guys better clear out. The cops gonna be all over the spot in a minute.
Sure thing, see you back at the garage.
Well, it seems that Caesar's talking wasn't from a phone call. We can say that because it looked more like he speaks in front of CJ. Maybe this part of missions was going to be designed that we should return to Pier and speak to Caesar face to face. Did you know you could get and use drugs in Beta GTA San Andreas? Well, these drug dealers can be seen all over the game. We can see others buying drug from them, but when we come to them and accept their offering, nothing happens. Indeed, in the beta San Andreas, you were able to buy and use drug, and even get drunk, which was a fine feature, but was probably cut because it could act as an encourager for young people to do it. But using this mod, I returned this feature back and made my San Andreas even cooler. And the interesting thing is that you had many choices among the drugs and many types of it, and every drug dealer had a specific kind of it. Okay, now I want to show something unexpected that blows your mind. In this early trailer at this scene, you can spot something weird. Maybe you should pause the video or slow it down. There is a dog or something like that on the beach behind this dancing character. Well, rumors state that CJ originally was going to have a dog or a pet throughout the game, which could have made our gaming experience better, but it seems that they couldn't manage to design it correctly due to the limits of programming, so they just removed it to avoid any unnecessary bug, just like they did before. And we get to the last feature of this video, and that of course is the character switching mode. It seems that Rockstar had the idea of multiple protagonist feature since the release of GTA San Andreas. You were able to switch between characters just like GTA 5, but however they didn't succeed. According to Leslie Benzies, Rockstar had this idea, but due to the PlayStation 2 system limitations, it was just impossible. And also its code can still be found in the game's launcher and activated by a modder named Silent. He mentioned that the characters shared their stats, but not their wanted level, money, nor health. But it was a cool thing, and seems that they could not implement it until later on in GTA 5. If this is true, then the game's story may varied a lot, and probably dozens of missions were removed from this game. Maybe we would have many missions with Sweet in prison, struggling with other prisoners. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this.